Hello everybody, today I will be talking about Raspberry Pi 4 and what kind of modifications you can make to it. So one of the first modifications you can make to it would be to add a hard drive, a 3.5 inch hard drive, or a 2.5 inch hard drive, or a 2.5 inch SSD. So you can do that by getting the Sabrent USB 3.0 hard drive external docking station, which you could see in the middle of the screen, middle top of the screen, and it comes with a USB 3 cable which you can connect to your Raspberry Pi 4's USB 3.0 port, and you can essentially expand your storage capacity that way. So the Raspberry Pi in itself, for Raspberry Pi 4, allows you to add one micro SD storage device in your computer. However, it comes with two USB 3.0 ports, which you can use to add hard drives or SSDs too. If you want to use the single board computer as a stationary computer, using a Sabrent USB 3.0 hard drive docking station could be one option. This rack allows you to put a 3.5 inch hard drive or a 2.5 inch hard drive or a SSD. So that allows you to add more storage space, which is good. You could put a lot of stuff in there. If you want to use your Raspberry Pi 4 with a NVMe or a M.2 SSD, you can do that with a M.2 SSD to USB 3.0 external SSD adapter enclosure unit, which you can see at the bottom. It's a piece of it's made out of aluminum. I'll put that in the video descriptions where you can get it. And all you have to do is you need to get a M.2 drive and put it into the enclosure and just close the enclosure, and then you just connect the USB cable from the enclosure to one of the USB 3.0 ports on your Raspberry Pi, and that's all you have to do to use it. And you probably have to format the SSD. The same with the hard drive, you probably have to format it so Linux can read it, partition it and format it, sorry. So the maximum bandwidth of this unit of that USB 3.0 external SSD enclosure is, it's a USB 3.0, so this has a bandwidth of 5 gigabits per second, so that's 625 megabytes per second, or 0.625 gigabytes per second. So if you want to use your Raspberry Pi 4 on the go, you may consider the M.2 enclosure option. With this added storage capacity, you can add more storage for your Raspberry Pi 4. It can be used as a quasi desktop computer on the go, or as a media unit connected to your television. So the way I'm using my Raspberry Pi 4 is it's connected to my HD television, and I'm just using it as a media unit, the one that I recently built. So it's being used to stream videos via Kodi, and I'm also using it to stream YouTube videos as well. So if you want to take your Raspberry Pi 4 on a trip, you could also get the USB keyboard mouse from Logitech. It's a Logitech MK235 wireless keyboard and mouse. You could also get the portable 13.3 inch monitor as well. The monitor is capable of 1080p and it uses about 10 watts of power. This monitor cannot power your Raspberry Pi 4 because a Raspberry Pi 4 requires at least 3 amps of current to power. The monitor is only capable of 2 amps, which is not adequate enough to power your USB-C power connector. And plus it doesn't even have a USB-C power connector. It has a micro USB connector, so it's not going to even fit. So all of this, if you got the keyboard and mouse, the monitor and the Raspberry Pi and all the cables, would all fit in a small amount of space. You could all put it in a small briefcase or a backpack. It would all fit in it. So all this would include the wireless keyboard and mouse, the Sunfounder 13.3 inch monitor, power cable for the monitor. That would be a micro HDMI to HDMI cable, because that monitor only has two HDMI ports. And the power port for the monitor, that's included with the monitor. The Raspberry Pi 4 computer, the micro HDMI cable, which I already mentioned, USB-C power adapter that would be used to power your Raspberry Pi 4 unit. And as for the weight, I'll go by the weight by item. So the Raspberry Pi 4 with the case is about 0.35 pounds. The monitor is 1.24 pounds. Keyboard with 2 AAA batteries is 1.05 pounds. The mouse with 1 AAA battery is 0.172 pounds. The power supply is 0.18 pounds. The micro HDMI to HDMI cable is 0.075 pounds. The M.2 enclosure with SSD 0.125. With SSD is 0.125 pounds. So the total weight is, in English units, that would be 3.19 pounds or 51.04 ounces. In metric, that would be 1.425 kilograms or 1,450 grams. So you can carry all this in a small backpack and use this on a small desk in a hotel. The internet can be accessed via Wi-Fi, which most hotels have. If you're going on a camping trip, you could set this computer on a small table and use your portable battery via solar panel to power it. The amount of energy that this unit uses is much less than a standard laptop. In sum, the Raspberry Pi 4 and monitor consumes only 14 watts of power. So that would be 4 watts of power for the Raspberry Pi 4 unit and 10 watts for the monitor. And that's all the energy that you need to power it, which is a lot less than a regular desktop, which uses probably maybe anywhere from 200 to maybe 400 watts of power, and a laptop which probably uses anywhere from maybe 65 to 100 watts of power, watt per hour, sorry. So it's much less. So it's a very nice little computer to have around if you just want a basic computer to use when you're going on a trip and you don't want to carry a lot of weight. This is the way to go. Or if you're going on a camping trip and you don't want something that consumes a lot of power, you could just connect this to a battery via power connectors and hook it up to a solar panel, and you can use this computer very easily. It doesn't use a lot of power, and it's a very nice little unit to have around. Okay, thanks for watching my Ace 1000 KS 1975.